Hey Virgo, thanks for being so patient. Oh, God, I just can't even anymore. Okay, hi Virgo. It's your turn. October general read. Please check the description box for everything you need to know about how to donate to the channel, how to get information on getting a personal reading. I will never reach out to you individually offering personal readings or asking for donations. That's what scammers do. That's a common thing. That's a common thing on YouTube. In addition to that, please check out your rising moon and Venus sign for additional messages. And if you didn't already know, I'm clairsentient, clairaudient, and claircognizant. So if I hear ringing on my right, that's typically people I know that have passed on. And if I hear it on the left, then those are my spirit guides. What else? Oh yeah, share the love and show the love. Give it a thumbs up if you like what I do. Subscribe if you aren't already subscribed. And what we're going to do today is I've already pre-shuffled. We're going to be using the light deck out of the Tarot of Light and Shadow. Please make sure that you reverse any energy as you have to. I'm also going to use the Rebel Oracle deck for some advice at the end and my magnetic poetry. I'll be doing a love read when I get back from Vancouver here. Also, I'm going to be doing the 2-Minute Tuesday videos tonight because tomorrow I am going to Vancouver. So there's that. I've already pre-shuffled the cards, but I'm going to shuffle them a couple more times just to make sure that we're good to go. And then we'll get started. Is there anything else I need to let you know? Probably not. I've done already so many of these today and trying to get everything all squared away and done. And so, yeah, that's basically it. That's basically it. Mistaken for Strangers by The National. That's a song that I got for you. Kind of while I was waiting for the other video to upload that was in my head. What else do I got here? Oh yeah, hey, camera angle. I accidentally, during, Mercury retrograde, at the end of Mercury retrograde, interestingly enough for me, I snapped my ring light off my tripod. So, gotta figure something else out here. Yeah, I'm using I always use my cell phone to film, but now I gotta figure something out as far as, because I have a cell phone holder on my ring light here, so that's why my camera angle is a little different. It's also pretty late tonight, so if I'm a little lower energy, that's the only reason why. Okay, so anyway, we're gonna do a 4-4-4 spread, past, present, future. I've cut 2 cards off of the past, present, future reads simply because I want to make sure they're not as long, because that way maybe a lot more people will watch. Okay, all right. Twist for fairness for you, and then we'll get started, shall we? Okay. October, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We will take flippers and jumpers only to a max of 3 at a time, no more. That was easy. If I hit the cosmic mirror, we'll be moving into the shadow, because this particular set of cards, the Tarot of Light and Shadow, has a shadow deck and a light deck, and they both have a mirror card, and then you have to kind of move into the other deck. What we have for you first is we have the Page of Swords. This is watching and studying somebody or something for the purposes of learning. Pretty self-explanatory at first. It's going to also be impulsive communication of some sort, and so it can also be a warning about impulsive communication. See this guy? Watch out you don't lop somebody's head off with your words, your silver tongue there, if you will. But that's in the recent past. What else for you in the past, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? What else do we have? What else do we have for you? Tell me more for you, Virgo. Virgo. What else do I have? Just saw the Death card in reverse there, but I don't know that I'm going to pull it. What do we have here? We have the King of Cups in the reverse and the Page of Wands in the reverse. Okay, so not acting out of your heart space or with your and not acting intuitively out of your heart space like you should be. This is Scorpionic or Piscean energy. And then the Page of Wands in the reverse might be that you're not connecting with your heart space from an intuitive standpoint, and therefore not passionately communicating something after learning something from observation. And so, the communication, the passionate communication isn't coming in, and you're not intuitively acting from your heart space in that regard. I'll read dignities as I move through. Bear with me. Just like always, I will. But again, I'm not clarifying in this particular spread. Just because I want to make sure that you guys are kind of getting something, but you're not necessarily having to waste a whole hour listening to me. Because, it's just not... I'm not getting the, nobody's watching. and I figure you guys, your time. It's a little different with other, readers. I particularly like longer readings, but some people don't, so anyway, what else is going on in the past for you, Virgo? What else, Virgo? What else is happening for you in the past, Virgo? Now we're not going to give us anything now? Oh. Yes. Okay. So in this particular set of cards, serpents are your pentacles, okay? You have the Three of Serpents as well as the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is Aries or Leo feminine energy, and then we have the Three of Serpents. Three of Serpents, Three of Pentacles, I guess you could call it, is the union of body, mind, and spirit. Also the harbinger of necessity of body, mind, and spirit. It could also be a contract, partnerships, friendship, that kind of thing. And then we have the Queen of Wands there, like I had said already, Aries or Leo feminine energy. But it seems to be that you could be entering into a contract or partnership with a feminine Leo or Aries. Doesn't necessarily have to be female, but you know what I mean. Just that type of energy. A fiery, passionate, inspired individual. And so they could actually be inspiring you to examine a little bit greater how you can bring that body, mind, and spirit into union a little bit better, right? But that's what's happened in the past for you. What do we have in the present for you, Virgo? So Moon, Rising, and Venus during October. What's happening during October in the present? What do we have? Three of Swords, ooh, and the Five of Wands. Okay, so something's happening here where there's a little bit of a painful situation. Typically, we see the Three of Swords as heartbreak. In fact, in the Rider-Waite Tarot, you'll see a heart that is being pierced by Three Swords. Super, super painful card. Doesn't look nice, does not look pleasant whatsoever. This is followed by the Five of Wands for you. So what we have is we have a very painful situation, heartbreak, something that's happened that has pained you greatly, followed by conflict. You could be fighting back after, like lashing out in pain about something that happened that you're not necessarily loving. And that could be why. There could also be arguments based on somebody coming to your defense, because they're upset, because you're upset about something. This has to do with the impulsive communication. In fact, that might be the thing. You're lashing out with impulsive communication, and therefore that's where the conflict comes about in the present. You could also be angry with yourself, I'm hearing over here, over not engaging the heart space or being as intuitive as you would have liked in your connections with other human beings. Seeing that King of Cups in the reverse up there with that. What else do we have happening in the present for you, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Woo. Okay, Three of Wands. So this is looking out over the horizon, surveying the land, kind of deciding for yourself, well, you're really discerning what is going to befall you moving forward during the present, especially considering that there is a lack of passionate communication that happened in the past. You already have three upright threes on the board here, and we haven't even moved into the future. There's triangulation happening here. And I would urge you strongly to look up triangulation if you don't know what that is. Triangulation is something that happens when you have, and I hate this word, right? Narcissism. I don't like to be Miss Drugstore Psychologist on the internet, because I used to be married to a clinical narcissist. So it's one of those things where we don't like to use those types of words lightly. But triangulation happens when you have one individual who uses connections with the other individuals as a means of kind of like sticking it to another person. Like the goal of triangulation is to get the attention of, or to cause grief for, one individual through other individuals. It's like a tripod, right? You're trying to reach one person by means of through other people. I would actually urge you to look up triangulation so that you can get a better understanding of it, because I'm not going to articulate it super well on here. But yeah, I'm getting that triangulation seems to be a thing, and I don't take it lightly either. The little chuckle there has got nothing to do with that. What else is happening in the present for you? But you're surveying the land. I guess that's the big thing about the Three of Wands, is that you're surveying the land for the purposes of understanding how to best proceed moving forward with a contract, with a partnership, with how you're going to bring mind, body, and spirit into perfect symphony. Especially given that you've come out of, in the present here, you're encountering heartbreak, and you're encountering conflict either as a result of the heartbreak, in defense of yourself after heartbreak, or arguing with people because you're pained greatly. What else do we have here? The Knight of Serpents. So this is the slowest moving knight in the deck. This is you. It is action, but it's very slow, methodical action that's happening at I almost wanted to say a snail's pace, but it's not necessarily snail's pace. What it is, though, is it is a pace that is super responsible. It's not impulsive at all. It's not overtly passionate. It is the reason that it is a slow moving methodical action is because you're looking to build something tangible and of worth with this action. And so taking the approach that is more diplomatic, more methodical, more slow moving, it shows consistency. And so those consistent efforts and action that's being taken with this, that slow and steady kind of progress happens over time by the very nature of how slow this moves. In the future for you, Virgo, oops, that's too many. In the future for you, Virgo, the High Priestess did catch my attention, though. What's happening in the future for you, Virgo? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What do we have? Virgo. Okay. We have the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. So in the future, there's going to be a little bit of a stop-start, I'm hearing, rather than a standstill, but a stop-start when it comes to putting in work into something tangible, rewardable effort, something that would normally move you forward. But the effort and the work that is supposed to be poured into something isn't necessarily happening as it normally should. Either that, or you're going to see a period of a lull when it comes to work and the efforts with work. You could also be entering into conflict or heartbreak or pain that has to do with something connected to your work, or connected to a lack of putting in the appropriate action and effort. It's like there are no boots on the ground as a result of pain and a result of arguing, infighting. It's like this pulling the covers over your head type of energy with this. Not necessarily being of the mind where you're prepared to put in effort, action, work into something, because you're healing, or you should be at least attempting to heal for what's happening in the present. So that future card there could have to do with either needing to take a leave from work, or you know, all of a sudden no longer having employment, or simply just not putting in the work that you need to, the necessary action and work that you need to in order to heal a broken heart or heal conflict. What else is happening in the future, Virgo? The Hierophant and the Upright. So this is about your beliefs. This is about seeking sage wisdom and advice from a counseling figure, or from somebody who you hold in high regard. This is also about highly structured religious organizations such as the church, political organizations, things that holds philosophies that are long-standing. Seems to be that there is an issue with you granting yourself permission on something. It possibly could be stuck in a dogmatic situation as far as religion or spiritual identity goes, as a direct result of the pain and the conflict that you're seeing. You could also be going through an evaluation period with your spirituality or with your philosophies. That's something that I'm getting here as well. So the thing is that you haven't put in the work prior. So whatever does happen, or what you do encounter with this, is more than likely a result of a lack of putting in proper effort. I'm getting that there's a lack of an ability to concentrate on your work. Seeking out counseling would be a good idea. I think that's what that's really talking about. I don't look at the Hierophant like a marriage card. I typically do not. A lot of people do, but it should be the last interpretation that we look at for that, and it'll always depend on the surrounding cards. Hierophant is Taurus energy also, so could be dealing with something during Taurus season moving forward. What else do we have for you? Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We have one. The Empress in the reverse. So this is also Taurus energy, but in addition to that, Libran energy. Not being connected with the earth. The need to be creative, to the need to connect with the earth in order to harness one's creative energy and power. There's also something that I'm seeing with the Empress in the reverse, which also, by the way, is the card 3 in the tarot, but it's in the reverse. Surveying the land in order to see your inspiration, but the thing is, you're not granting yourself permission to connect with the earth in order to gain that inspiration, to be creative, to be life-giving, to have that force of nurturing, nourishing power. It's almost as if you could be going through something where you're connected with spirituality, but on within a structure of some sort, and connecting with the earth, connecting with yourself, connecting with your creative side is in contradiction to a religious teaching of some sort. What else do we have? I just saw the mirror, but I didn't pull it, so let's see. Finally, for you, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, I feel like you're sitting back and you're surveying everything, and you'd like to know that your choices moving forward are sound. But it's not just about surveying things. You can't just rest on your laurels and witness things. You have to actually put in the work. So do you remember that? Because that is the first card that came out in the future, was the 8 of Serpents, or the 8 of Pentacles in the reverse. So either not enough work was put into something, not enough investment was put into something, or conversely, you need to put in work. And you're not granting yourself permission. Maybe you might be an overworking human. Who knows? Let's see here. And you know, it's funny, I'm tired, so I don't even know if, like, half my sentences don't feel like they're connected to the rest of the sentence. I'm sorry. So you also have here 8 of Swords in the reverse. Coming out of a mindset that you're trapped. This is a false prison. The 8 of Swords is false prison energy. It's absolutely a victimhood mindset. Because the thing is in the Rider-Waite, you can see that the person seems to be ensconced in swords. However, their hands are the only thing that's bound. They can walk away anytime they want from that energy. Yeah, I feel like I'm falling asleep, and I feel like half of my sentences are not congealing with the rest of them. Sorry, Virgo. But again, remember, this is a mental prison. It is a prison of one's own making, not a reality. So that's the big piece there, is remembering that. And that your consistent efforts towards something in the present and being smart in evaluating things from a higher vantage point, if you will, is going to keep you on track to not actually landing yourself in something that's got bigger ramifications. I'm totally falling asleep, guys. I'm sorry. I'm falling asleep while I'm talking. That happens sometimes. And I even just started shuffling for no reason. Overall energy for you is the Ace of Swords in the reverse. Yeah. So this is a lack of truth, a lack of fairness, a lack of equilibrium, but also deception. I think there's a piece here about evaluating for yourself, where you're being honest with yourself, where you're not, where other people are being honest with you, or where that honesty is lacking. Integrity is everything. At the end of the day, all you have is your integrity. So it's up to you whether or not you grant yourself permission in order to explore that. But I would absolutely talk to somebody before doing anything crazy. Because there is still this Empress energy that you need to nurture once you get over onto the man. See, I'm already doing that. Once you get over to the man line means nothing to you. Sorry. Don't know what that means. Anyway, nonetheless, let's go ahead and let's pull you some cards here from the Rebel Oracle. Some advice cards. You guys are getting like the interesting, weird channeling that's happening while I'm falling asleep while I'm talking. It's always fun. You should hear me sleep talk. Okay, advice for you, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I'm going to have to watch this one back. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to throw caution to the wind, and I'm going to publish it. Then I'm going to watch it back. And we'll see what it makes sense. I think it's funny. Because it happens sometimes like that, right? Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What is the advice for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Advice, please. One, two more, please. That's too many. What else do you have? Two. One more. Oh, that's three, so we'll take the middle one, okay? All right, cool. Let's see what we got for you, Virgo, as far as your advice goes. You are talented and fucking amazing. The world needs your power. Use your voice. Don't just use it for dumb shit. Okay? It's not everyone else's fault. It's yours. You are grown-ass adults. Stop blaming others for your own shit. Okay, cool. And then take a shot. Don't take 12, take 1. Okay, maybe 2. Move on. So, yeah. All right, cool. Let's take a look at your magnetic poetry for October. Yeah, sorry, guys. I'm totally tired. I don't even know if I'm going to do my 2-minute Tuesdays tonight. I might do them tomorrow morning before I leave. We got an ampersand. Okay. All right. There you go, Virgo. That's what I got for you. Thanks for watching and thanks for your patience. We'll talk to you next time we talk to you. Okay. Bye. Yeah, you know, it's always funny when you're falling asleep when you're talking on camera because everybody gets to see it, but you have to watch it back to even know if it's worth publishing it. Because it's always embarrassing when you're falling asleep mid-sentence because it's super late, right? Anyway, have a good one. We'll see you when we see you next, Virgo. Bye.